Man, you dey talk so. Agbrasa road don. Agbrasa now. Where you take dey go dey meet girl?
Which one?
That girl wey say she no go fit marry you.
Okay.
Governor Sheriff don rehabilitate Agbrasa road. Yes, so.
Okay, let me know.
It's just about 1 year where Governor Sheriff enter power, so him don start and complete different projects. Some of them he rehabilitate them.
More agenda.
Oh, as I dey road dey travel the other day, I see and say Governor Sheriff dey do rehabilitation for High Expressway, a 3-kilometer road.
Now, not be only that one. Recently, when I travel go see my friend for Warri South, I come see am say Governor Sheriff him don do rehabilitation overlay of Ejegba community main road down to the roundabout.
Na that one you dey talk. Me, I just dey come from Oriso. When I hear say Governor Sheriff dey do flyover and say na Julius Berger, I say make I go see with my eyes. See him. And e dey progress, even as we dey talk so.
More agenda.
Governor Sheriff transforming Delta. Efe, you see, maintaining peace and security in Delta State remains a priority for the Governor Sheriff Oberewori-led administration. It's clear for everyone to see that the Governor Sheriff-led that the Delta State Contributory Health Insurance Scheme currently caters to over 1,995,816 enrollees. My God, no wonder Dr. Ifeanyi Oswaza is said that Governor Sheriff is staying committed to delivering the more agenda to Deltans. Yes, you can say that again. Are you aware that Governor Sheriff Oberewori's administration has also taken significant steps to ease land acquisition as a strategy to mitigate Nigerians' housing deficits? Governor Sheriff, very impressive. He's not just focusing on one area, maybe just health or peace and security. Is making sure that all areas experience the more agenda. Even when the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, inaugurated the completed Okpanami-Busa bypass, he said he was particularly impressed with the performances of Governor Oberewori in 1 year of his administration.
Of course, it is clear now that the Governor Sheriff infrastructural development is creating an enabling environment for businesses to thrive. Ahead of a lady by the name Doris Uzo, who relocated her business to the bypass area, and she's doing very well.
Talking about the bypass, Governor Sheriff did a very...
You know what, born your friend now. I know you. You get money, but you don't want to spend them.
Governor Sheriff don't do road. Make I still waste. Don't be your fault. My Sheriff will do road for you. You don't see how now.
Governor Sheriff putting smiles on the faces of Deltans.
So we are very happy because our governor is working so hard.
New sheriff in town. He's doing very, very well in Delta State.
Brought to you by Delta State Ministry of Information.
issues that affect every household and have far-reaching implications on our economy. The agricultural sector, which has been a long-standing cornerstone of our nation, is under strain. This is as the country battles food shortages which have worsened the food inflation put at over 40% by the night. Welcome to Morning Ride.
Thank you. Good
Welcome
morning,
to the
viewers.
program.
Thank you.
Together we'll be discussing the current food security situation in Nigeria, the role of agriculture in our economy, and how the initiatives in Delta State are contributing to sustainable growth. Once again, welcome to Morning Ride.
Thank you.
So what is your assessment of the current food security in our country, Nigeria?
It's, I don't even know the best language to use to it, because in as much as the government is making some pronouncements, it's not palatable to what we are seeing on ground. I think we are getting worse instead of getting better. It's getting worse.
Okay, and how has this, affected the average Nigerian household?
Finding it funny here in the States. So, sir, can you tell us some of the efforts by this current administration to help in addressing the food insecurity in this state?
I think the government are still trying their best, but the problem is not just for the state government.
Okay.
Because this insecurity aspect of it is beyond the state government. The state government cannot afford to chase away all the cattle rearers. It will cause a different crisis entirely. So, but I think they've set up a committee headed by the deputy governor. Is this herdsmen interfering in the farms? Can come and just do a day or 2 days job for you, and then you have
Help those who are hungry, just to alleviate hunger, most especially about $27 million, yes, to vulnerable populations hit by food insecurity in the country. Please, sir, can you help suggest ways that this money can be put into eradicating the hunger menace in the country? Because hunger is becoming a problem, a very, very serious problem in this country. So can you suggest ways that that money can be put into eradicating the issue of hunger in this country?
Well, if I suggest way, I don't know who is listening to me, because this money will enter the federal government, and they will not, the next day they will say the states have received, and the next morning you hear the states say they have not seen anything. And if I'm talking to our state, I'm talking to myself too, who is in agriculture. But for now, that money is just newspaper and social media. So things will turn around in the next 1 year. Ordinary $10 million. Let's put it on agriculture.
Just like what we're giving to Nigeria, what would be your advice to the federal government? How should they objectively manage that resources and put it in the agricultural sector to address the issue of food shortages and food inflation in the country?
There was a time I sent a proposal to the federal government, and I don't know what happened. Before you know it, some people will just use the opportunity to just divert the money and use it for something else.
What was the proposal?
Otherwise, I won't say everything here, but what I say that if I'm the federal government, I will send this money to the various states.
Okay.
Send this money to
they seem to be willing to want to tackle the issue of food shortage and food inflation in the country. But what are the major obstacles to achieving food self-sufficiency in Nigeria? What are the obstacles we're being faced with, really?
First and foremost, some of these funds are being hijacked. I said it earlier. Like you go to Abuja, you have farmers, and they'll have the best of ID card hung on their neck and convince you that they are in charge of Delta State. Before you know it, everything being distributed, and if governor, for instance, governor will go to Minister of Agriculture, they will nominate some of such grants. So by the time they are going for auditing, they will know who to meet and who to identify in charge. So the current way they are doing it is not helping matters. In the north, they don't have problem because one big man will just take over and take it to his village, and he will feed everybody. Side down here, it's not like that.
Okay.
So that's why believing in one person just coming to Abuja and hand over something that is meant for Delta State to one person.
An international organization is sending aid in terms of money to help the humanitarian humanitarian issues in the country, in terms of alleviating hunger and all of that. So, sir, in your experience, why has this not helped Nigeria from the looming food crisis? Not at all, because notwithstanding the amount of money that they've been pumping, we still have issue of hunger, and by the passing of each day, it's disheartening to note that it gets worse. You can take 150,000 naira to the market to get foodstuff, and you feel like somebody put hand into your pocket to take 100,000, because you'll be looking for what you bought and you can't even find it because it's not tangible like it used to be before.
You mentioned $11 million.
Yes.
If you have to share it according to the 37 or 36 states, that's less than 1 million per state, affecting the state budget. So the money is not getting down. That is the truth. Some of those people, they just mention it for mentioning sake. What we need is equipments. We need equipments on ground. And equipment is not just ordinary equipments, standard ones, not most of our land. We need tractors, and it's available, it's affordable. That is because food security is producing what you will eat and even give to other persons. That means you are secured. Then you can market it, you can sell it. That's your food. But if you don't have the one, you can't produce the one you can eat. There will be hunger everywhere now.
Okay.
And then I'm sure that will checkmate, if you have the equipment to issue, checkmate this issue of another illicit security from the herdsmen.
All right.
Because by the time you default.
Can you give us an overview of your role as the Executive Assistant on Agriculture in Delta State?
Well, I contribute in any form of anything agriculture, be it cassava, anything. But I have concentration on coconut now. Fine, the coconut is okay, but in cultivating the coconut, we still have to intercrop with cassava, yam, watermelon, cucumber, and vegetables to intercrop for some years. Immediately I came in as SSA first before I became the executive assistant. I made sure that, one, I organized the farmers. That time the farmers were in about 3 different fashions. I made sure I organized them. Today we have all farmers association, Delta State, one. Which hitherto were not here. And that's what is popular now. They make sure they give us trailer loads, which we now distributed to farmers, free of charge. As at that time, we asked them, you take, cultivate, next year, give us 40% of your cassava stem. We tried to do that. It worked for some time, but at least today, that cassava stem is spreading all over the place, except sometime last year where there was fire outbreak here and there. So there were a lot of casualties. Many people lost their farm and their cassava stem. So a lot of people are not buying. Otherwise, we don't used to buy this cassava stem. But last year, they bought a lot. So that cassava stem is popular now. It's in almost every village. They will try to let them know too that if you cultivate cassava today in this land, and then making use of fertilizers too, which the state government have been assisting in that area, making sure that the fertilizer is affordable. It's very, very low compared to the market rate. If you go to the ministry, we have state ministries in the various local governments, extension offices, so where you can get some of those things. So even the crops too, you get it from them. So it's what we have. Some of them who doesn't have access to electronics, to even on the weekend when you are home, some of them will come and ask you, what do people have? I say, okay, go to the ministry in the local government. You will see some of those things that are there. Today, some of them are happy. You see them happy with themselves, but not without that challenge of the herdsmen and then the other ones that I might reboot. Most of them going or coming back from the
can play to, help in reducing or mitigating the food insecurity.
That is if that will enforce it.
Yes.
It will be the best go around that, because it's my joy that my state It's booming, agriculture. If you travel abroad, it's agriculture that is reigning. You go to the various cities, both in America and UK, Europe, it's agriculture. The millionaires there, they are agriculturists. So, but here, they think that when you are into farming, you are a poor man or you have no other thing to do. That is not true.
Okay. You are the program coordinator, Delta State Coconut Development Program. What is the Delta State Coconut Program and what are its primary objectives?
I was domiciled in the Ministry of Agriculture. That was the first time.
Okay.
So I now went into research. What else can we do? What can we do to generate money in the ministry? That you know. And I went into the coconut. I key into it. I did my research. I found out that it's very, very viable, more viable than even the crude oil that we are pursuing. Though we just started, they will provide seedlings at a very cheap rate to them. We'll do the nursing, just like Lagos State is doing. Lagos State is the highest for now, followed by Akwa Ibom State. Then some other states are keying in, and then I assure them too that we will beat them. And that is what we are doing now. So by the grace of God, it's so expensive now that for you to get one seed of coconut from 50 naira now to 1,000 naira, 800 naira. I don't know if you have been to the market to price coconut.
It's quite expensive.
Even the seedlings that used to be now on the street. The factors being that cost of transportation from these areas like Lagos, and even Lagos too, it's not the only bus stop. You will go as far as Ghana, Cameroon, to import these seedlings and this coconut. Okay. Some of these ones you see that we are eating here, some of them are not made in Nigeria because it's not even sufficient. So the few people that are into coconut farming, they cannot satisfy even one client that owns a coconut mill or refinery. So that's why we're encouraging everybody to go into coconut. Okay. And you can never make mistake. It's a win-win situation when it's...
Program has been on since the administration of former Governor Ifeanyi.
He just started 2 years ago, 2022. He approved of it before he left.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you share some success stories of the Delta State Coconut Program?
Yes. Like now we have a pilot scheme that we just started before he left. And I have it. We have another one in Umuaja, and then Otabuno, then in Biri. They are still upcoming. Okay. If you go to government house too, you see coconut here and there. That is my effort. Because before now, there was nothing like coconut in government house. Even in these DBS premises, I'm sure you see some coconut out there. It was my own contribution to. I brought it up, did the planting with my boys and your then general manager. So we have tried to create a lot of awareness, and they are accepting it, left, right, and center. They are accepting it, and many other individuals. I have about 50 of businessmen that have keyed into this coconut farming, and they have their own plantations here and there. I did the monitoring, I did the technical input, advising them on what and what to do. All are big men that so coconut.
All right. You've rightly mentioned that